Good morning, friend. Today, most important topic of geoengineering, our climate fix, or humanity's biggest mistake. This based 50 thought-provoking questions phrased as advice in question form. 1. Have you considered whether injecting aerosols into the stratosphere might disrupt monsoons critical to billions? Second, could solar radiation management create geopolitical salvos if one nation unilaterally cools the planet? Third, are we raising moral hazard by treating geoengineering as a climate escape hatch instead of cutting emissions? Fourth, what happens if we start solar geoengineering and then must stop abruptly, causing termination shock? Fifth, should humanity trust untested planetary scale tech over proven solution like renewables and conservation? Sixth, might carbon dioxide removal distract from the urgent need to stop burning fossil fuels today? Seventh, do we fully understand how marine could alter rainfall in vulnerable region? 8. Can we ensure global consequences before deploying technologies that affect every living being? 9. Is it ethical to impose geoengineering on future generations who never consented? 10th, could reliance on future tech reduce political will for real emissions reductions now? 11th, have models accounted for unforeseen feedback loops in Earth's climate system? 12th, will wealthy nations use geoengineering to avoid climate reparation to the global south? 13th, are corporations lobbying for geoengineering to prolong fossil fuel profits? 14th, what governance structures exist to regulate stratospheric aerosol injection globally? 15th, could geoengineering deepen climate injustice by benefiting some region while harming others? 16th, should we even consider geoengineering without first achieving net zero emissions? 17th, how do we measure success in planetary engineering without irreversible consequences? 18th, is it wise to mimic volcanic eruptions when nature's outcomes are so unpredictable? 19th, can direct air capture scale fast enough to matter, or is it just techno optimism? 20th, might ocean fertilization create bed Did zones or disrupt marine ecosystems irreversibly? 21st. Are we prepared for climate wars sparked by unliteral geoengineering actions? 22nd. Should indigenous knowledge and rights be central to any geoengineering decision? 23rd. Can we afford another technological gamble when climate models already show clear pathways? 24th. Does geoengineering ignore the root cause overconsumption and ecological overshoot? 25th. What if geoengineering masks warming while ocean acidification version unseen? 26th. Are we conflating innovation with salvation when systematic change is what's needed? 27th. Could public distrust in science deepen if geoengineering fails or backfires? 28. Should youth have veto power over experiments that shape their planetary inheritance? 29. Is it absurd to assume we can manage a system as complex as Earth's climate? 30th. Can international law prevent rogue actors from conducting sky-altering experiments? 31st. Might geoengineering reduce biodiversity by stabilizing temperatures unnaturally? 32. Are we investing more in science fixes than in protecting forest and wetlands? 33. Should every geoengineering proposal undergo a global climate justice impact assessment? 34. How do we assign liability if geoengineering causes droughts or floods? 35. Can transparency and open science prevent corporate or military co-option of geoengineering? 36. Is it fair to burden developing nations with risk from technologies they did not create? 37. Should geoengineering research be banned until emissions peak and decline? 38. Could solar geoengineering worsen ozone depletion despite new aerosol formulations? 39. Are we ready to govern a global thermostat in a world fractured by nationalisms? 40. Might hope in future tech paralyze action in the critical next decade? 41. Should climate reparations fund adaptations, not speculative engineering? 42. Can we ethical run planet scale experiments with no offspring? 43. Is geoengineering a symptom of our refusal to live within planetary boundaries? 44. What if geoengineering entrenches fossil fuel infrastructures for decades longer? 45. Should the precautionary principles override emergency justifications? 46. Are we listening to frontline communities who oppose sky manipulation? 47. Could reliance on missions to suck carbon to let polluters off their hook. 48. Is it possible to test geoengineering safely at sub-global scales? 49. Should the UN Security Council classify unilateral geoengineering as threat to peace? 50. Ultimately, do we want to engineering the sky or heal our relationship with Earth? Please like, subscribe and comment one another video after some images. That is your author's video and images. You will find out what is that. You will think out what is that. You will provoke that what is that.
What if humanity could deliberately alter the Earth's climate to counteract global warming? As the climate crisis intensifies, this provocative idea, known as geoengineering, is gaining attention. Across the globe, we are witnessing unprecedented heat waves, devastating wildfires, and catastrophic floods. These extreme weather events serve as stark reminders of the urgent need for solutions. Despite ongoing efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, progress has been slow and often insufficient to match the scale of the problem. Faced with these limitations, scientists and policymakers are now exploring radical interventions that could reshape our planet's future. Solar radiation management, or SRM, refers to a set of geoengineering strategies designed to reflect a portion of the sun's energy back into space, thereby reducing global temperatures. One prominent approach is stratospheric aerosol injection, which involves dispersing tiny reflective particles, such as sulfur dioxide, high into the atmosphere to mimic the cooling effect of volcanic eruptions. Another method, marine cloud brightening, aims to increase the reflectivity of low-lying clouds over the ocean by spraying fine sea salt particles into the air, making the clouds denser and more reflective. There are also speculative ideas like space-based reflectors, which would deploy mirrors or other reflective materials in orbit to block or deflect a fraction of sunlight before it reaches Earth. Each of these methods seeks to cool the planet by increasing the amount of solar energy that is reflected away, rather than absorbed by the Earth's surface. Solar radiation management, or SRM, presents a complex array of risks and uncertainties. One major concern is the potential for unpredictable climate impacts, as altering the Earth's energy balance could lead to unintended consequences, such as shifts in weather patterns or disruptions to ecosystems. Geopolitical tensions may also arise, since decisions about deploying SRM could affect countries differently and provoke international disputes over control and responsibility. Ethically, there is the challenge of moral hazard. Relying on technological solutions like SRM might reduce the urgency to cut greenhouse gas emissions, undermining long-term climate goals. Additionally, questions remain about who gets to decide if and when SRM should be used, and how to ensure that vulnerable populations are not disproportionately affected. These challenges highlight the need for careful consideration and robust governance before pursuing SRM as a climate strategy. Carbon dioxide removal, or CDR, is an innovative strategy aimed at actively extracting carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Unlike traditional emission reduction methods, CDR focuses on removing existing greenhouse gases to help mitigate climate change. Technologies such as direct air capture use chemical processes to capture CO2 directly from ambient air, while nature-based solutions like reforestation and soil carbon sequestration harness natural processes to absorb carbon. Currently, these approaches vary in feasibility and scalability. Direct air capture is technologically advanced, but remains expensive and energy-intensive, limiting widespread adoption. Nature-based solutions are more accessible, but can be constrained by land availability and ecological impacts. Both methods face challenges, including high costs, resource demands, and uncertainties about long-term effectiveness. Looking ahead, the future of geoengineering hinges on rigorous scientific research, international collaboration, and strong governance frameworks. As nations grapple with the complexities of climate change, it is essential that any geoengineering initiatives are thoroughly evaluated for their risks and benefits. Global cooperation will be crucial to ensure equitable decision-making and to prevent unintended consequences that could affect vulnerable populations. Robust oversight and transparent policies must guide the development and deployment of these technologies. However, geoengineering should not be viewed as a standalone solution. It is only one component of a comprehensive climate strategy. Continued investment in sustainable practices, emissions reduction, and adaptation remains vital for securing a resilient future for our planet.
Very good video. You are thinking, you are provoking. Some images are there. You are also. I want to think that images. What is that? Sacred sky above. You both are thinking. Sky's untouched beauty. Earth, universe, climate, geoengineering. Geoengineering climate solution or risky gamble. I request you or think about the images or video. How will the rise of robotics in 2025 redefine what it truly means to have secure job? Oh, what it can adapt or perish. What are
The rise of robotics
capturing carbon now? Future of clean air, cleansing the desert, nature's solar shield. After the eruption, volcanoes, fiery fury, global defense initiative, shielding Earth's future, world under protection, Earth's fateful size, natural versus artificial, future Earth showdown, humanity lost hope, risk versus reward, fixing climate change, no tomorrow, end of days, Earth last stand, respect the heavens, end of days, Earth last stand, respect the heavens. And last one is mine. That is, you know already. Please like, subscribe, and positive or negative comment. You will certainly comment, my dear friends. I will receive any comment, positive or negative. I will receive positive mood. Thanks you, friend. Thanks once again, friend.